I wanted to bench 500 before I turned 20. That was a goal for me. Guest pose and pose and be on stage in that crazy crisp condition, and also having my blood work be extremely healthy. That's a cool goal. So a pretty cool thing that we are doing, it is the journey of TRT, that lifestyle of enhancing the body or correcting the body or getting the body to work correctly. Whatever you want to call that, the philosophy of health, TRT, or optimal, it's the best optimal body production you could possibly hope for. Okay, there we go. So that is what today's video, and we're going to do this at least once a week, talking about this. And something that's cool for me is this is my second blood work I have gotten back now. And so I'm comparing the first blood works to the second blood works to last year's blood works, and trying to see how I can correct if there's something wrong, how I can fix those, and how can I make sure that the numbers, like the cholesterol, those things that really need and are important in life, to make sure that those are in the right ranges while I'm doing my nutrition. Now, here's the added touch to this whole process. Because if I say I'm just doing blood work, you're like, cool, that's awesome. So right now you're doing blood work, great. But I'm doing blood work as I'm getting ready for these movies and guest posing. So the cool thing for me, being a health and fitness guy, is that I don't want to go, you know how it's like, I know that bodybuilding gets a bad rap, and I guess it should in some sense, you know, because of the abuse that a lot of people do. So imagine getting ready for a show, what the blood work might look like, right? For these guys, it might not look pretty, because even every top pro talks about this. When I'm getting ready for a show, these are my levels, and their levels are pretty crazy. And the amount of stuff that they're taking is pretty crazy. So for me, what's really, really cool for me is not only you'll be able to see the blood work as I get ready for this, but when I step on stage, you'll be able to see that blood work. And so the goal here, the ultimate goal for me, you know how like you guys pick goals? I want to bench, I don't know, I wanted to bench 500 before I turned 20. That was a goal for me. And they're great goals, and that's a young guy's goal. But I'm not a young guy anymore. But what I would like to do is step on stage at these shows and in these movies. First of all, the movie's more important than the guest posing. As much as I love guest posing, I understand that, but the craft of being this actor, especially after struggling for 30 years to do this, to finally be able to break in like I've been doing, that's the ultimate goal. To be on there, to look the part, to be healthy, but also to be able to jump out of that movie and onto a stage, doing what such a small percentage of humans have done, and even less into this 45-year career. I'm now at the level where there was only a few. Serge Nubret guest posed at this age. There was a couple others, Robbie Robinson, but not a lot, guys. Most of the guest posers are the guys that are winning the shows at this time. So to go on stage and guest pose and pose and be on stage in that crazy crisp condition, and also having my blood work be extremely healthy, that's a cool goal for me. And that's a cool goal for me to be able to share with you guys and go, hey, I dieted down. I did it this way, which kept me healthy. I added these fats. I put my carbs at this time. I did all this stuff. There she is. See, I was Titan here was helping, but the real co-host is here. So I'll move Titan out of here. No, I just told him about this goal that we talked about, is that when I get on stage, the blood work is going to be so freaking healthy, where I think bodybuilding gets a bad rap because of what the guys do when they do get on stage, what they're trying to do. And I'm going to try to show a way, if you can, or at least for me, that's all that really matters, that I'm doing this for me and my family, that I get to be so healthy on stage in that kind of condition, with everything being in a good range, healthy range.
I hate that when it comes to bodybuilding, everybody gets thrown into the same bucket just because certain people do certain things. But we are here to actually bring you guys alone and really see how you're looking blurry when you move down.
I'm going to block that and we pull back in.
Blurry for a second because the picture.
They're finding out I'm an alien. I am not really here.
He's a vampire. He disappeared.
That's good. We got to do that.
So yeah. So to bring them along and to see that it's actually possible to compete healthy and to stay on top, to be on your top shape ever by eating the right meals. So being on the right nutrition, what I'm saying is training correctly, taking your rest days like you're supposed to, and really be on the everyday supplementation that you really need. I'm talking about, multivitamins and, selenium and all the great vitamins that helps you to go through the process.
And we're learning as we do this to such another level. And
what I've learned this month, it's like it just blew my mind away.
You're kind of the pinnacle. I always talk about this. I think, to me, you're the pinnacle of the individual that reminds me of, like, the Ronnie Coleman. Because, like, when Ronnie came into this, he didn't know as much as Kevin Levrone and Dorian and all these guys and Sean Ray and how to diet.
Ridiculous.
He just went into the gym and trained, ate the basic food, and was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And then they kind of helped him, and they didn't realize they're helping him. By helping him, they're going to make him the greatest in the world. But it's just a little bit more information. He didn't know the encyclopedia of bodybuilding. And that's, to me, you going, well, I just eat protein and I train.
Yeah, well,
and now you're really, really kind of digging into this and learning it.
Told, when I competed and I did win the Miss Universe, I did the very minimum stuff. Like I ate my meals and my sweet potatoes. I didn't even do like pre-workouts or anything like that. Just coffee and I didn't cut water. Like I've done like literally the minimum. So when I started like training with you, and we moved to the next level, what we did the power bodybuilding program. So we only did the compound movements and my strength increased so much. And I learned all the fundamentals, I guess it's called. I was like, wow, how is this even possible? I went through a process of getting on stage, getting my pro card, competing and being like the best of the best out there, traveling the world with the best of the best and not knowing what I've learned with you. It's just kind of
cool. I think it's cool. I think the reason why I say I like that is because I think a lot of you out there, you're trying to micromanage and learn every little aspect of the health and fitness world, which I want you to do. If that's what you want to do, I 100% agree. Go learn every little aspect. I mean, I know tenfold what I knew at 28 when I finished up competing. So it's you don't need to be Mr. Universe, multi-time champion, powerlifting champion, and all this and know everything. You can learn it as you go. But the point here for me is that Mona.
I said that I had to.
Mona at this stage. The reason why I'm saying this is because I was just looking at some social media stuff and I had to unfollow some acquaintances I know because it's the continuous. Here's the research and here's this and this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, but you're not living it. You're doing the study every single day and that's great, but you're not actually applying it to anything about yourself, but you're saying this is factual. And the reason why I say that is great. And it's a lot of factual stuff. But if you wait to learn everything before you start this journey, you're not going to make it.
Yeah,
it takes a long time to create the physique. It takes a long time to do that. So get started today.